Stop. Look at your screen, but more importantly, look at the truth. You say you want to focus, to finally tackle that project, to achieve deep work. But deep down, you don't. You don't want to focus. You just want to be distracted. Feel that familiar itch. The one that pulls you to scroll just one more feed, open another tab, check an email you already know is empty. You tell yourself it's the notifications, the endless pings, the chaotic world outside your control. You desperately search for the perfect app, the ultimate productivity hack, the magic trick that will finally unlock your potential. You believe if only the external factors would align, you'd be unstoppable. But that's a lie. A comfortable, self-soothing lie that keeps you safe from a far more painful truth. The truth that the problem isn't your phone or your environment. The problem is what's happening inside you. It's the profound fear of what you might discover if you truly applied yourself, the terror of confronting boredom, frustration, or worse, the realization that you might not be as capable as you hope, or that the effort is simply too immense. You fear the discomfort, the self-doubt, the potential for failure that deep work demands, so you choose the numbing comfort of distraction instead. What if I told you there's a hidden wisdom, an ancient secret that explains precisely why you self-sabotage? A truth so counterintuitive, it will shatter every productivity myth you've ever believed. It's not about willpower. It's not about hacks. This secret reveals the psychological mechanism behind your constant struggle, and once you understand it, you'll never look at focus or distraction the same way again. I'm going to reveal this secret, and it will fundamentally change everything. Let's strip away the comfortable illusion you've built around yourself. You say you're overwhelmed, but the truth is far uglier. You're choosing to be overwhelmed because it's easier than confronting the raw, terrifying truth of your own potential, or lack thereof. Every time you reach for that phone, every time you open a new tab, you're not just seeking distraction. You're actively retreating from the battlefield of your own mind. You're not fighting a losing battle, you're refusing to fight at all. This isn't about willpower. It's about a deep, festering wound inside you. A wound that bleeds your ambition dry, drop by excruciating drop. You tell yourself, if only I had more time, more focus, less noise, but the silence terrifies you. The silence is where the real work happens, and the real work means staring into the abyss of your own capabilities. It means sitting with the excruciating boredom until an idea sparks. It means wrestling with frustration until a solution emerges. And most terrifyingly, it means confronting the brutal self-doubt that whispers, what if you're not good enough? What if all this effort reveals you're just ordinary? This isn't just about missed deadlines or unfinished projects. This is about a slow, agonizing erosion of your self-worth. You feel exhausted, not from the grind of deep work, but from the constant internal battle, the mental gymnastics required to justify your endless procrastination. You're exhausted from the cognitive dissonance of telling yourself you want more, while actively choosing less. Every time you break a promise to yourself, I'll start tomorrow, just one more video, a tiny piece of your self-trust breaks off. You're not just distracted, you're systematically dismantling your own belief in yourself, brick by painful brick. You're not trying to solve a problem, you're trying to escape the judgment, the potential shame, the unbearable lightness of realizing you might not be the genius you've always hoped to be. So you choose the path of least resistance, the numbing comfort of noise, the fleeting dopamine hit of novelty, the safe harbor of not even trying. But what is the true cost of this escape? Look at your life right now. Feel that gnawing disappointment, that quiet whisper of regret. Now fast forward. Close your eyes for a moment and picture not just next year, but a decade from now. 10 years. If you continue down this path, if you persist in this desperate dance with distraction, where will you be? Imagine yourself at 40 or 50 or 60. You're still there in the same spot, perhaps a little more comfortable, but infinitely more trapped. The projects you dreamed of starting, They're still just dreams, gathering dust in the forgotten corners of your mind. The skills you wanted to master, unhoned, withered by neglect. The impact you wanted to make, a faint echo, drowned out by the relentless hum of unfulfilled potential. You won't be a catastrophic failure, no. That would at least imply you took a risk. Instead, you'll be something far worse, perfectly, comfortably mediocre. You'll have a stable job, perhaps, but one that doesn't ignite your soul, because you never took the time to truly discover what does. You'll have pleasant routines, but they'll feel like shackles, because you never dared to break free and build something extraordinary. Your life will be defined not by what you did, but by what you didn't do. The quiet despair of a life lived on the sidelines, always watching others achieve, always telling yourself, I could have done that if only. The if only will be your constant companion. If only you had faced your fears. If only you had embraced the discomfort. If only you had stopped running from yourself. That fear of inadequacy you have today, in 10 years it won't be a fear, it will be a confirmed reality. Your potential won't be an untapped well, it will be a dried-up riverbed. You will look back at this moment, right now, and understand with crushing clarity that you had a choice. And you chose the path of least resistance, leading you directly into the most painful form of regret. The regret of unlived potential, the quiet agony of what could have been, sacrificed at the altar of fleeting distraction. This isn't just about losing focus, it's about losing your future self. You've just glimpsed your future self, suffocated by the quiet despair of unlived potential. That gnawing feeling. It's the silent scream of the person you're abandoning. Most people would numb that pain, choosing comforting ignorance over the mirror of truth. But here is the brutal truth, that future isn't fixed. It's a choice you're making right now. Only the top 1% have the strength to hear what comes next, to grasp the lever that rips you from that trajectory. Are you ready to confront the uncomfortable reality and reclaim your power? Do you want to stay weak or do you want to win? The choice is yours. That image, that visceral dread you just felt, that's not your fault. Not entirely. You see, society, the very fabric of our modern existence, has been meticulously engineered to keep you on a preordained track. It's a comfort trap, a gilded cage designed by what I call the default path. This isn't some grand conspiracy with shadowy figures in back rooms, no. It's far more insidious. It's the invisible force of expectation, the relentless hum of mediocrity, the siren song of good enough. It's the constant drip feed of distraction that numbs your ambition, the fear-mongering that keeps you clinging to security instead of seizing opportunity. The default path wants you comfortable, distracted, perpetually almost there. It wants you to scroll, to consume, to conform. It wants you to believe that the path of least resistance is the path to happiness, when in reality it's the highway to that very future you just glimpsed, the one suffocated by what-ifs and quiet regret. Think about it. Every ad pushing instant gratification, every platform designed to hijack your focus, every cultural narrative that celebrates comfort over courage. This isn't accidental. This is the system at play, subtly, expertly conditioning you to avoid the very discomfort that unlocks your potential. They, the architects of the default path, don't want you to ask difficult questions. They don't want you to challenge the status quo. They certainly don't want you to acknowledge that gnawing feeling inside you, because that feeling is a threat to their carefully constructed illusion. It's the primal scream of your authentic self, desperately trying to break free from the programming. And let me tell you, most people will spend their entire lives trying to silence that scream, to medicate it with distractions, to rationalize it away with excuses. They will choose the soothing lie over the brutal truth every single time. And that's why they end up exactly where that future self was, gasping for air in a life that was never truly their own. But you're still here. You're still listening. That means you're already part of the chosen few, the tiny fraction who have the courage to not just hear the scream, but to understand its message. This is where the shift begins. This is the hidden wisdom they pray you never discover. Every instinct, every fiber of your being has been trained to avoid pain, to seek ease, to run from friction. But the profound, liberating truth is this: the discomfort you feel right now, that burning dissatisfaction, that ache of unfulfilled potential, it is not a problem to be solved, but a compass pointing you directly to your purpose. It is the universe's most precise signal that you are off course, that you are deviating from your true trajectory. The default path teaches you to silence this signal, to numb it, to ignore it. But the top 1%? We learn to listen to it. We learn to lean into it. Because here's the secret: growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens in the crucible of challenge. That future self, suffocating in mediocrity. They chose comfort. They chose the easy path. They chose to silence the scream. But you, standing here on the precipice, are about to make a different choice. The shift is realizing that the very resistance you feel when confronted with a difficult task, the very fear you experience when contemplating a bold move, that friction, that is not a sign to turn back. That is the grinding sound of the engine turning over, of your potential waking up. It is the friction that sharpens the blade. It is the pressure that forms the diamond. The hidden wisdom is that your greatest breakthroughs, your most profound transformations, lie precisely on the other side of what feels most uncomfortable right now. Embrace the friction. Seek the resistance, because that is where your power resides. Now imagine this, truly embody it. This isn't just about escaping a grim future. It's about future pacing towards an extraordinary one. Imagine waking up not with a sense of dread, but with an electric surge of purpose. The world doesn't feel like a weight anymore. It feels like an arena, a canvas waiting for your mark. You move through your days with a quiet, unshakable confidence, because you know your direction. Decisions aren't muddled by fear or doubt. They're guided by an internal compass that has been calibrated by intentional discomfort. Your thoughts are sharp, your focus absolute. You're no longer a passenger in your own life, buffeted by external forces. You are the pilot, the architect, the master of your domain. Challenges that once felt insurmountable now appear as opportunities for growth, problems as puzzles to be solved. You're not just living, you're creating. You're not just consuming, you're contributing. Your presence commands respect, not because you demand it, but because your integrity, your discipline, your unwavering commitment to your potential radiates outward. You're surrounded by people who are inspired by your journey, who see you as an example of what's possible when someone refuses to bow to the default path. That gnawing feeling, it's replaced by a deep, resonant sense of alignment, a profound knowing that you are exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you were meant to do. You're not just making a living, you're building a legacy. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, radiating an energy that draws others towards you, a beacon of what it means to truly live a life unleashed. This isn't a fantasy. This is the inevitable outcome of embracing the discomfort, of listening to the signal, of grasping that lever and ripping yourself from the trajectory of regret. This is the future that awaits you, the moment you decide to lean into the friction. The choice, as always, is yours. Type 1 can do it in the comments to claim your power. This isn't just about typing a comment or hitting subscribe. This is about a seismic shift in your very being. It's about drawing a line in the sand right here, right now. Because the default path will try to pull you back. It will whisper doubts, offer false comforts, and tempt you with the illusion of ease. But you've seen the truth. You've heard the scream. And you know deep in your bones that the life you're meant for isn't found in the silence of compliance, but in the roar of courageous action. So remember these undeniable truths, the keys to unlocking your boundless potential. First, the default path is a trap, a meticulously crafted illusion designed to steal your future. Second, that gnawing discomfort, that burning dissatisfaction isn't a flaw, It's your internal compass, guiding you straight to your purpose. Third, friction, challenge, fear. These are not obstacles. They are the forge where your strength is tempered, the pressure that turns coal into diamond. Embrace them. Lean into them. Seek them out. This is your moment to make the shift. To stop being a passenger and become the pilot. To choose the brutal truth over the soothing lie. To step into the arena of your own life, not with dread, but with an electric surge of purpose. Do not let another day slip into the abyss of what if. Do not let the architects of mediocrity win. This isn't just your future you're claiming, it's the future of what's possible. We are the architects of a new reality. We are the ones who refuse to be silenced. We are the ones who win. If you are with us, subscribe now. Now seize that lever. Rip yourself from the trajectory of regret. Ignite the friction. Calibrate your compass. Stop asking for permission and start building your empire. Your greatest life is not a distant dream. It is the inevitable outcome of embracing the discomfort. The future doesn't wait for the comfortable. It belongs to the courageous.